All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God through His only begotten Son, right? And shout out to the sister Mary of Bethany, right? In Mark 14, that anointed our King with the precious. Like I'm trying to fix my screen. But shout out to the sister Mary of Bethany that anointed our King with the precious ointment before His death. And also shout out to our ancestors that lost their lives behind keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Right, so this is gonna be my Sabbath lesson video, and it's called "It Got to Be Something Deeper." And I actually came across this video. I think it's kind of going viral a little bit of this woman. She basically saying, and I'm gonna play the video, but she basically saying, it's something deeper behind the things that so-called African Americans are going through and what they've been through. It gotta be something deeper. It gotta be something deeper than skin color. And I always, as when I was younger, I'm like, bro, it gotta be deeper than skin color. They can't just be, upset with us, putting us in slavery, hanging us, taking our women away from us, segregated bathrooms, spraying us with water holes, sicking dogs on us because of our skin color. I mean, that just don't make any sense because you have, some East Indian people. When you go to the corner store, sometimes that East Indian man be darker than us, right? You have some Arabs darker than us, but they not going through half of the stuff we going through. So it's like it gotta be something deeper there. The higher ups, right? The people, the masses, the elites, they gotta know something that a lot of the world don't know about us. So I'm going to play the video real quick, and I'm gonna get into. It's gonna be a short lesson, man. Make it low and be edifying though. All right, share the screen. Here you go, right here.
It's like to be disrespectful. And maybe this is, some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if Black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born something with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, like I said, these people, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to, like, get rid of them, blah blah blah. I don't know, I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about, that is linked to them being people of color. And I've seen some Black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties. But I don't know. I just feel like I feel like this. I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize. Because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some Black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it. I don't know, but like, I don't know. Maybe this sounds dumb, like, or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But you know, it's just something I was thinking about. It's like to be disrespectful, and maybe
Right? And she's not the only person that's thinking like this, right? The whole world is starting to, put the pieces together about it. Just don't make sense that we're going to just do all of this to a whole people just because of their skin color. It got to be something deeper that they're not telling us. Like a majority of the things they do, it be stuff that's deep that we don't know about. But when you just read the Bible, right? It makes complete sense when you actually just go back to the Bible, which a lot of people try to run from. They don't want to open up and read it, but you will have your answers when you open up the Bible, man. So the answer to her question, right? She said, man, she feel like it's something about so-called black people or people with melanin. It's like they probably got superpowers or something like that. It's something that the elites know that they not telling us. They're not telling the average Americans or the average people around the world, right? So boom. Let me get some. This is very important because you got to understand something. These while we over here in America, they teaching us lies, right? They telling us Jesus Christ is a white man. They telling us, all of these lies, right? About the history about those Jewish people over there in Jerusalem, that they're the real Jews and that, we just black. All of these lies they've been telling us here in America, we started to believe that. But other countries, when you travel to other countries, I done heard videos, I done seen videos, I done heard people just going to travel to different countries, and they heard people telling them it's a brother's the brother Tay and the brother Hezekiah. They went to Jerusalem not too long ago. And let me see, I think Tay, matter of fact, I think Tay Howard actually had put the video on his link. Put the video on his music video, or was it Hezekiah? Might have been Hezekiah. It might have been Tay. They went to Jerusalem, and one of the dudes there was like, "Hey, we know y'all the real Hebrews. When you go to other countries, they got black paintings of the people of the Bible, dark paintings. But when you come over here, they white." Let me see. That was Tatum. Jerusalem. It was on one of Tay music videos, I want to say. When a dude was like, "Hey, y'all the people of the book." Was it Tay? Can't remember, was it? Who posted that? I can't remember. Was it Hezekiah? It wasn't holy on. It wasn't holy. Was it Hezekiah? My bad, man. I'm trying to remember. I seen it. I think, was it in the beginning of that video? One of them, I think one of these brothers posted it. It might have been Jerusalem.
Can I get your email address? Because I want to send you $1 gazillion of free stuff so you don't light your money on fire.
Oh no, I can't remember.
Zion, that's the place that the Father put his name on. Them the people that these nations got their aim on. We found out where we from, that was game on. Jerusalem, we did you so wrong. We broke the laws, he left us alone. We waking up, we wanna come home.
I can't find it, man. I can't find it. But it was videos going around saying, it was a video of a dude that had went to Jerusalem, It was like, hey, he was like, man, y'all the people of the book. You know, y'all are the chosen people of God. So all of these people, they know, right? They know that we are the true children of Israel. Even when you get the book of Joel 2, and that goes back into when you read the Bible. They still got these stories. Like, you know, you have people nowadays, oh, that wasn't real about what he did in Egypt. Ain't no part in the Red Sea. Ain't no destroying Jericho. These folks, right, that got the scrolls, right, got all the history locked up. They know this to be true. They know that we are the children of Israel, and they know that he's the God of Israel. That's what when you read back into the scriptures, chiefly in the Old Testament, they're a heathen person and be like, hey, your God is the only true God, right? Because the Most High God would do stuff for them to realize that their God, that the Israelites' gods are real, that their God is real. So Joel 2:27, it says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. Right? So the Bible say, hey man, he's in the midst of Israel. He's the Lord our God. He's the God of Israel. All throughout the Bible, you'll read about the Most High God that created the heaven and the earth. He's the God of the Israelites. And these elites, they know that, right? They know that they know this scripture right here too. And this is why they try to destroy us. This is why they try to keep us asleep. They do not want us to wake up and realize who we are, man, because they understand that they understand our power that we have within us. And we obey our God's commandments. Truly think about that, man. Our forefather Jacob, he wrestled an angel to get his name Israel. And we have the same blood as a lot of these people that you read about in the Bible. We are related, right? We are related to Samson. We are related to Daniel. We are related to David. We are related to Solomon, right? We are related to all Elijah, Elisha. We are related to these men, right? Judith, Esther, right? Sarah. We are related to these people. And they understand that. They can't let us know that. This is Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. So they understand that, hey, that the Most High God, right? The Most High God, will fight for us. And they still got the records of what happened in Egypt. They understood, like, dang, these so-called African Americans, right? Their God destroyed, a whole people for them. And we can't let them know who they are. We can't let them come back to their laws and commandments that was given to them. And I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna prove that, man. But he said, the Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And when you get the book of Deuteronomy, because hey, the lady was she was spot on, man. They know something that we don't. It's deeper than skin color. It's not about. Don't let these folk tell you it's about skin color. No, it's deeper than that, man. We are literally the children of God. You know, you have everybody say that now. Every other nationality of people, I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. No, so-called Black and Hispanic and Native Indian people, we are literally the children of God. Understand that. We are the chosen people of God. We are. You know how you have cousins? Nowadays, you got your cousin, you got your auntie, you got your uncles, you got your mama, your daddy. You know what I'm saying? You got your kinfolks that you blood related to, that you related to. That's how we are, right? When it comes to the people that you read about in the Bible, when it comes to the Israelites, those are our ancestors. Understand that. Those are our people. Those are our cousins that we're reading about. Those are our aunties. Those are our uncles, right? Those are our nephews. Those are our nieces. We are related to the people in the Bible, and these elites know that. Hold up. I'm gonna show you something real quick. They know this, man. People starting to wake up. They know who they starting to wake up and realize who we are. I'm just gonna play. I mean, if I might play this whole thing. I had put a while back. I had put some videos together in a file of just
true Hebrew Israelite
people saying that we the Israelites. I'll play the shortest one. I'll put a 7-minute one, but it's 3 of them. Y'all want to go check it out? It's on New Wine Congregation of Israel. You go to the playlist. It's called Ethnic Gentiles Confessions. That we the Israelites. It's 3 of them. I'm gonna play the second one for the sake of it being, for the sake of time, and it's shorter.
Blacks of America, it's you. You are the true Hebrews. You are the true Hebrews from the Bible. America gonna do everything, gonna invest as much money as it has, gonna fight as much wars as they can, gonna invite as much weapons as they can, just to hide this away from you. Gonna take Israel, gonna bring white people here, and to tell you these are the Jews. Gonna kill you, gonna kill Arabs, gonna mistreat white people like this guy, just to tell you this lie that you are nobody and we are the Jews with all the history and so on. It has been deleted, your history. You don't know who you are. Don't forget about it. This is why America has been taking your history away, never to find out that it's all about you.
if they know that the black people are the real Jews. Do y'all know that?
Yeah, black people are the real Jews. Yeah.
So, because a lot, we don't know. They're not telling us.
No, because they they whitewashed the whole thing down to make you believe that the blacks were, of no significance. So.
And where are you from?
I'm from India.
From India. See, I keep telling y'all, people overseas know who we are. I keep telling y'all, but y'all don't want to believe me. They don't want to believe me. Whatever.
So they changed his name. They made a whole characteristic. Now check this out. They even took away all the antiquity of the ancients and replaced them with European versions. They literally took away all the dark-skinned versions of all the apostles, the artwork, all the antiquity, and replaced it with European fair-skinned counterparts, changing the vision of Yeshua completely and giving him the face of Caesar Augustus. That's the guy that you see with kind of like the brown hair perm, like this. We can even type in Abraham right now on Google, and it would show all these European men. Now, we got to ask ourselves, why is that a problem? It's a problem because why is it popping up so much? When we know that, number one, they wouldn't even be close to European, but number two, they'd be more resemblant of African people because everyone from the Fertile Crescent beyond that were black and brown people, black and brown people. Black and brown people.
We all know February is Black History Month here in Babylon. So as a Gentile, I'm here to profess, Black people, you are Israelites, you are the chosen ones, you are a prestigious people. Your history is in the Bible. In order to better understand why you are Israelites, I'm going to bring forward 2 witnesses from Deuteronomy 28. And if you're not familiar with it, Deuteronomy 28 outlines the curses of the Israelites for not hearkening unto the voice of the Lord. Now I'll bring forth my first witness from Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So because you didn't keep your end of the covenant, follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you've been cursed. Let's take a look at one of those curses and see if it applies. Deuteronomy 28:66 reads, And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. Now, I don't know about you. I live in America. Black people have no assurance of their life, and it's because you're Israelites.
America. Seems like you might be. The United States was founded by criminals and religious zealots who were expelled from their own countries because they weren't wanted there. They then proceeded to commit genocide on the Native Americans. After that, they enslaved the Africans, brought them here, and became wealthy by draining their life force. Whether or not you believe in karma, the history of the United States is objectively repulsive. Anything that is founded on this type of behavior will self-destruct. If we want to survive as a species, we must return to native principles and follow their spiritual direction. We must return land and resources to the people that they were stolen from. We must silence our desire for continuous.
And real quick, I'm gonna come back to this video real quick. She actually saying something that's actually in the Bible, right? It's a law. We know that they're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? This is why Yahweh Shai, right, the true judge, this is why he's gonna come back and judge this place, right? And bring destruction to this place, because they're not gonna do what she said, right? They're not gonna bring justice to our people, right? This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So, you can't cleanse a land, right? It's basically blood pollutes a land. Now, we know that America and around the whole, they went everywhere, colonizing everywhere. So it's blood everywhere, and it's polluted. And it can't be cleansed. The land can't be cleansed unless you shed the blood of the people that shedded the blood, man. So, that's why Christ is going to come back and, send judgment to these heathens for, they injustice. They didn't want to, do what's right. So, Christ's going to do it for them.
Consumption of the earth. There is no other way. The choice is between a humble denouncement of these atrocities or self-destruction.
What is going on? Why do you think that the U.S. is so quick to go help Israel fight against the Palestinians? Why? They know that the Jewish people in Israel are not the original people. Oh, no, no, no. They are definitely not. The original people are Black people and people
from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you Black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are, but you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to Jerusalem, because us, the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray because you are our saviors. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa, they deceived you, they told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back.
I am a white woman who grew up in an evangelical culty religion. As I educate myself, though, I really get stuck on this one point. White Christians would go to church on a Sunday wearing a cross around their neck to worship a martyr God who was crucified by being nailed to a cross, to be publicly tortured to death for political reasons. And then those same Christians would leave church with a picnic to go to a public lynching. And then they would gather by the hundreds or thousands to do to a Black person the same or worse than was done to their martyr God. And then they would pass out the body parts as souvenirs, and they would take photographs to go on postcards. And they would bring their kids and call themselves, without irony, Christians. What the actual fuck?
Back then, the Israelites, their origin where they were Black. So all the people in the Bible that you know of, Noah, Jonah, Moses, Adam, all of them were Black. All of them were Black. All of them were Black. I am coming on here to speak the truth to all of the Christians who have been lied to. Sorry to bust your bubble, but Jesus is not white. All y'all have pictures of him on your walls, acting as if he's white. He ain't white. All the textbooks showing all the people in the Bible white, they ain't white. It's all a lie.
How do I say this? The entire Bible is about Black people. Not only was Jesus Black, but every character in the Bible seems to be Black too. Yeah, Zephaniah and Jeremiah and Jebediah, those all aren't white people names, okay? And Jesus wasn't some tan, partially melanated Middle Eastern person either. I'm talking straight up Black dude, okay? Even in the book of Revelation, when you get the vision of Daniel, he's describing someone with feet like burnt brass and white woolly hair, and we've got the deep running water voice with the red eyes. And you guys, he's black. The Jewish people are black people, like Kanye was right. And those people yelling at the park dressed in purple about black people being the real Hebrew Israelites, they're right, okay? Like, anytime you see the word Hebrew or Israelite or Jew in the Bible, in your mind, you got to replace that with black person. So the whole Bible is going to make a lot more sense to you once you start reading it like that. But you need to let this get settled in your heart now before you get up there. So, I mean, they were literally whipping him on his way to get crucified, you guys. Crucifixion was a punishment, like, for slaves back then, and gladiators. And all the gladiators were black too. Did you know that? Like, you guys, he was sold for 30 pieces of silver. That was the maximum amount of money that a slave could be sold for. Oh, just coincidence? Above his cross, it says INRI. They were like mocking him. They were saying it says this is the king of the Jews. They're saying, like, here's the king of the black people. Look what we did to him. Why does the KKK burn crosses, you guys? The racist KKK. It's just, black people rejoice. You are God's chosen people. Like, I mean, those are some big shoes to fill, but be honored, like, feel good about that. Like, how cool. Anyway, see you later. Jesus was black.
Video to say that I think Jesus.
All right, it's the last video. You know, they part three. Hey, part 3 has some heat. I was just finding some videos making part 3. Part 3 got some heat, man. But I'm gonna let her say what she say, because, you know, she said some real stuff, and I'm gonna get back to the lesson. But y'all watch it when y'all get a chance. Watch the whole thing.
Jesus was a black man.
Anyway, see you later. Jesus was black.
Quick video to say that I think Jesus was a black man. I never believed he was a white man, like all these pictures that some churches have up. I thought he must have been Palestinian at first. And then when I saw some videos saying he's a black man, I believed that. There's a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu, and it documents how the Israelites, when they fled after the temple was desecrated and the land was invaded in, I think it was AD 70, they fled into Africa. And there are still black Jewish communities in Ethiopia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and other places there that have kept their Jewish traditions. And then you have a lot of the black people in America that are waking up to the fact that they're ancient Israelites. God is waking them up. No one else is doing it. It's all a move of God, because it also said in the Bible in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and other verses that they'll be taken into slavery. They will serve gods of wood and stone, and they'll forget their culture. But in the end times, he will gather them back, and then they will rule the nations again when Christ returns. Israel will be the foremost kingdom in the world, and any country that doesn't bow to Israel will be destroyed.
Yeah, in the form of.
All right, this is the last one right here. This is the last one.
The anger, but they were speaking truth. The Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, are what we call African American. Okay, they're not African and they're not American. They are God's chosen people, as well as the Indians and the Mexicans. And if it's the first time you're hearing this, you need to read the Bible. Because the proof is in the Bible, in genetics. Anyways, you need to read. Okay, you need to pray about this. So, you know,
Evangelist James and Evangelist Louise, and we just want to let y'all know that the true Israelites are the African Americans, the Hispanics, the Native American Indians, the Cubans, the Puerto Ricans,
those are the 12 tribes.
The 12 tribes. And Wake up, people.
So yeah,
right? So, boom. If people, if average people are starting to know this, right, know the truth about who we are, what do you think the higher ups know? Or what do you think they thinking about? If the people waking up starting to realize that we are the children of God, what you think they thinking about? And this is why. Let me put this in a perspective, right? They don't want us to know. They can't let us. They don't want us to wake up. They couldn't. They can't. They can't allow us to wake up, man. Hold up. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you why they can't. They can't allow us to wake up. Because if you have men in the Bible and women doing, I'm talking about doing things unthinkable with the help of their God. You had people. This is 1 Samuel 18:7. And the women answered one another as they played and said, Saul has slain his thousands and David his 10,000s. You got to think about this. A man going to war and slaying thousands of men, and another man going to war slaying 10,000 men by the help of their God. What else can they do with the help of their God? They can do anything. You're not finna touch them. So they thinking like, we got to keep these Israelites asleep because they had people in the Bible, right? Their ancestors was doing all type of stuff by the help of their God. So if they wake up and realize who they is, they're going to have that same type of help and strength from their God, and they might overcome us. They might overcome and throw us. This is what they're thinking about. This is why they got to keep us asleep. Because they don't want us to wait. They fear that, man. You know, you have people saying, you know, they fear us. They fear black people. They do. Right? They do. They fit that the biggest fear is not us walking around with a Glock. Their biggest fear is not us walking around with our pants down, screaming gang, gang, and throwing up gang signs. That's not their biggest fear. Their biggest fear is us picking up this Bible, right? And history books that goes back to our history, picking these things up, actually applying what this book say, what the Bible say, and coming back to our God. That's their biggest fear, man. And that's one of the biggest kept secrets on the face of the earth. So this Judges chapter 15 and verse 16. And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. So this man Samson, everybody know about Samson. You know what I'm saying? He slew thousands of men with a jawbone of an ass. Now let's look up a jawbone of a donkey. Just imagine a man slaying thousands of men with this. While they got swords and all type of weapons, he got a jawbone of a donkey and slaying thousands of men with that. Think he did that by himself? No, he did it with the strength of the Most High. You think David slew Goliath by himself? No, he did that with the strength of the Most High. So if they got that same, if the Most High God is giving them that same strength to do these things, how much more their seed line and their generation of Israelites that's born every single day, they got that same type of power. We just got to tap in with our Creator. We're not tapping in with our Creator, so this is why we don't think we can do these things. You know, sin is our kryptonite. Anybody know Superman? Superman weakness was kryptonite, right? He'll weaken up when he was around kryptonite. Are the Israelites kryptonite is sin? When we sinning, that's our downfall. It's plenty of, we read your Bible. It's plenty of accounts in the scriptures. Israelites go off. The Most High God get angry with them. He send other nations of people to put the Israelites in slavery because their disobedience and sin. It's a constant cycle in the Bible that shows that we sin, bad things happen to us as a people. And they know that. They know that. Even when you get this right here, we are a I don't even think I pulled this right here. We are a very special people, man. Understand that we are a very special people. We're chosen by God. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So the Most High, he got a chosen people. He chose the Israelites. He's speaking to the Israelites, right? The whole Deuteronomy, the whole Torah, he's speaking to the Israelites. He chose the Israelites to be a special people above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Now, when you go to we go to 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So, the Israelites are the chosen, like we are set up to be the government and the rulers of this earth to come. We're supposed to be ruling now, but we didn't rule. We're not ruling now. Why? Because we sinned. We sinned. Read Deuteronomy 28. Read the whole Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Right? If we would have obeyed the Most High God, we would have received those blessings that were spoken about in Deuteronomy 28 and verses 1 up to 14. We would have received all of that if we would have obeyed God. But since we disobeyed God, we received the curses that you read about, starting at verse 15 on down, because we sinned. Kryptonite, sin is our kryptonite. We sinned, we got punished. So now I want y'all to think about this. Hold on. It's 2 Kings 13 and 21. And it came to pass that they were burying a man, that behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man into a sepulcher of Elisha. And when the man was laid down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet. So this man was dead. They put him down there where Elisha bones was at. He touched Elijah's bones and he revived. He came from the dead. So think about this. As Israelites, we got the same power in us and I'm going to prove this because people may be like, oh, what is he talking about? That don't make sense. If we obey the Most High God's orders and keep his commandments, we have the same power that Christ had. We can do the same stuff that he did. Matter of fact, we're going to do greater works than he did. Let me get that. It's in us, man. We are the people of the covenant. When you read Romans 9 and 3 through 4, we are those people that the covenant pertains to. Even the old covenant and the new covenant, man. Hebrews 8 and 8. The new covenant is for the children of Israel. All right, John 14 and 12. Red letters, right? Christ speaking. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go into the Father. So we have this within us as well. That's why he said in verse 15, if you love me, keep my commandments. Keeping the commandments of God with the faith will allow you to do those miracles plus more that he did while he was on earth. So let me get this last scripture real quick. And this is why they got to keep us in sin. And when you get the book of Judith, in the Apocrypha, It's said very well. I want to say it's Judas chapter was it Judas 15 or 14? Was it? Hold on. Five. Okay, come on. Judas 5. So basically, to put this in context, right? It says Judas chapter 5, verse 1. Then said it declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Assur, that the children of Israel had prepared for war, and had shut up the passages of the hill country, and had fortified all the tops of the high hills, and had laid impediments in the campaign countries. Wherewith he was very angry and called all the priests of Moab and the captains of Ammon and all the governors of the seacoast. And he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country, and what are the cities that they inhabit, and what is the multitude of their army, and wherein is their power and strength, and what king is set over them, or captain over their army. So basically what's going on is Holofernes, he's saying that Israel is finna come to make war with him, or has prepared to make war with him. So he's calling all his chief men and asking them questions about the Israelites to basically understand what he's getting himself into. So let's see the answer that they give him about us. So when you go to verse 17. Hold up, I'm gonna start at. Matter of fact, let me start at it's matter of fact, bump that. Let's see. Let's get all of it. Let's get all of it. Then said occur. But verse 4, and why have they determined not to come and meet me more than all the inhabitants of the west? Then said occur the captain of all the sons of Ammon, let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant, and I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people, which dwelleth near thee, and inhabiteth the hill countries, and there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant. This people also descendant of the Chaldeans, and they sojourn heretofore in Mesopotamia, because they would not follow the gods of their fathers, which were in the land of Chaldea. For they left the way of their ancestors and worshipped the God of heaven, the God whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their God, and they fled into Mesopotamia and sojourned there many days. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned and to go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt and were increased with power, with gold and silver, and with very much cattle. So the dude basically he running down all the stories about us, and they got these stories to this day. And when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there. And while they were nourished and became there a great multitude, so that one could not number their nation, that no man could number, right? A great multitude who no man could number. Right? It says, therefore the king of Egypt, rose up against them and dealt subtly with them, and brought them low with laboring and brick, and made them slaves. Then they cried unto their God, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues. So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight, and Yahweh dried the Red Sea before them, and brought them to Mount Sinai, and caves born, and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Esabon, and passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country. And they cast forth before them the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, and the Sichonites, and all the Girgasites, and they dwelt in that country many days. And while they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hated iniquity was with them. So he's saying all of this stuff they did it because they didn't sin against their God. They did it because their God was with them. Verse 18, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But it said this happened when they departed from the ways of their God. That's when they start going downhill. When they departed from the way of their God, when they start serving the gods of the heathens, when they start bowing down to idols, when they start committing adultery, when they start hating each other, when they start eating unclean things, this is when things start going downhill for them. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Verse 20. Now he said, now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against these people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world. So just like how they knew this back then, best believe the higher ups and elites, they think the same as that way, right? We can't let these Israelites find out who they are, because if they find out who they are and what they must be doing, their God is going to fight them and overcome us. Or their God is going to fight us, and they're going to overthrow us. So we got to keep them in sin. We got to keep them from not knowing who they are. We have to keep them from we got to keep them from not knowing who they are. We got to keep them thinking they African American and black. We got to keep them smoking cigarettes. We're gonna sell them cigarettes, right? We're gonna put crack in the hoods in the 80s, then arrest them for selling what we put in the hoods. We got to destroy these people. We got to make them thinking. We got to make them think they're Egyptian. We got to make them think that they're Moors. We got to make them think that they're not a they just a human being, because that's what we need them at, man. We don't need them waking up, because if they wake up, they're going to overthrow us. Their God is going to overthrow us. This is why when you read the book of Psalms, let me get this last verse. When you get the book of Psalms chapter 83, this is why the Bible said they took crafty counsel. They still to this day they take crafty counsel in the United Nations. I want to say if I said that right. It's Psalm chapter 83 in verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consorted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. And it names the people that's all got a hand in it, man. So when you watch movies like when stuff be going on behind the scenes, when they be having these big meetings, stuff like this, these big when they have these meetings, when all these nations of people come together and they all discussing things that we don't never hear about and understand, we don't never know what they're talking about. The Bible telling you what they're discussing. They are discussing these elites, right? They all come together. Chinese man, that's why all of these people got a hand in destroying us. The Chinese people come together, the Japanese, the East Indian man, the Arab man, the white man, all of these nations of people, they come together and they get around this table and they come up with ideas of how to keep the Israelites from not knowing who they are. This is why they put us through so much hell. They don't want us to know who we are, man. So when you go back to the video and she said, I'm gonna play it one more time. She said what she said, right? the answer to her question is that, yeah, it's deeper than skin color. It's never been that. It's never been that. Right? They just hate us because they know that we are God's chosen people. And they try to keep us asleep because they know if we wake up, like the book of Judith chapter 5 said, our God is going to fight for us. So they can't allow us to wake up, man. It's deeper than what a lot of people think.
It's like to be disrespectful. And maybe this is, some people are going to think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if Black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, like I said, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to, like, get rid of them, blah blah blah. I don't know, I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about, that is linked to them being people of color. And I've seen some Black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties. But I don't know, I just feel like I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're going to go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some Black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it, I don't know, but like, I don't know, maybe this sounds dumb. Or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but it's just something I was thinking about.
And it's of course, melanin is worth more than gold, so it's jealousy as well too, in the aspect of, we naturally the best at everything we do. We run the fastest and run the fastest, the strongest, our genetics. We invented everything. Majority of everything that you see here in America, we built America on our back, but yet we still standing here. If that was any other race of people, they couldn't endure all the hardship that we went through, man. Right? It's our hair, our culture, our rhythm. It's all of that too as well. But that goes back to us being who? The Israelites, right? The chosen people of God. It's in us. We're the salt of the earth. So let me show y'all something real quick, and I'm gonna close this out. I'm close out. They so scary. Check this out. During the civil rights movement and the subsequent rise of the Black nationalism in the 1960s, the Federal Bureau, I might say that, I might butcher that, Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, or that's what FBI stand for, and I ain't never know that, engaged in covert actions to prevent the emergence of a prominent Black leader or messiah who could unify and empower the movement. And that's in the 1960s. Right? J. Edgar Hoover, under the COINTELPRO and the COINTELPRO, under the direction of J. Edgar Hoover, was FBI launched the counter, my bad. J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI launched the counterintelligence program in 1956, or originally intended to disrupt the Communist Party in the U.S. COINTELPRO expanded in the 1960s to target various domestic groups, including the civil rights movement and the black nationalist organizations like the Black Panther, or nationalist organizations like the Black Panthers. Targeting of black leaders. One of the explicitly stated goals of the COINTELPRO was to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of black nationalists. The FBI sought to prevent the rise of a black messiah who could unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement. They identified figures such as Malcolm X, Martin Luther King as potential black messiahs, and later Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, and the Black Panthers. The Black Panther Party, particularly its leader Fred Hampton, became a primary target of the FBI's efforts. The FBI viewed Hampton as a potential black messiah who could unify the black nationalist movement. The film Judas and the Black Messiah, vividly portrays the FBI infiltration and eventual role in Hampton's death. So, basically, they even back then they were trying to, in 1960s they were trying to stop the rise of any black leader that rose up because they didn't want, because they figured, okay, if anybody rise up, anybody so-called black rise up, they got a following. You see what I'm saying? So they can teach them about this Bible and they're gonna follow. So they were trying to stop any so-called black leader from they were trying to prevent a black messiah that's gonna try to deliver us out this captivity or try to wake us up, basically. So, that's something that they're doing because they know who we are, man. They know who we are and they've been trying to do this. And it's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing new under the sun, man. And so, like, if I butcher some of these words, had to kind of get closer to see them. Hope I don't need no glasses, Lord forbid. But yeah, man. Lord willing, y'all got something out of this lesson, man. It's always a plot against our people. That's why you have black groups rise up. They always try to destroy him. Always try to destroy the leader. But the Most High is so wise, they're not gonna do this with the Hebrew Israelites because it started off with One West, right, in New York. Then it split. You have so many camps out here teaching the word, and it's like you're not gonna be able to destroy one leader of the group because it's plenty of brothers out here teaching, not just under one organization, right? So all praise to the Most High for that. But yeah, they know who we are, man, right? They know who we are. They know who our God is. They know our God will fight for us if we keeping these laws. So they try to tell us that we don't got to keep the laws done away with. And they try to tell us that we African American, that we Puerto Rican, that we Cuban, that we Mexican, that we Dominicans. They try to cover up who we are and try to stop us from waking up, man. What happened in Lion King? Simba, right? Simba, he forgot who he was. Right, he forgot he was chilling with a mouse and a hog. Right, he forgot who he was. He was trying to eat bugs like them until his dad came to him in a dream on a cloud. He came through a cloud. He was like, "Hey, remember who you are, right? Remember who you is." And that's how the Most High God telling us, "Hey, remember who you is, man. You ain't black. You ain't African American, right? You ain't no wetback. You ain't no red skin. You are indeed the children of Israel." Right, so Lord willing, this video is edifying, man. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Awashai. Say shalom.